Alright everyone, welcome back to Call of Duty. In this video, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to give tips and tricks in ranked. We're going to go by map and by mode. In this video, we're obviously doing Hydro. Now on Hydro, you only have one mode, that's Hardpoint. And it's in every Hardpoint, but especially Hydro, spawns are everything. So if you spawn on this side, this is good side. You want this spawn. You want somebody back here holding spawn. You don't want to over push and flip spawns because P2 is going to be right here, so you're going to want somebody back there holding spawn. You're going to want somebody sitting top dome as well to kind of control point from up there. There's probably going to be somebody top window from the other side, maybe top plat up there. And you got to watch the water routes because as I'm about to show you, if you spawn on this side, I'll show you where the spawn is. If you spawn on this side, you're going to spawn right here. So if you spawn on this side, a little further back, you're going to spawn like back here. If you spawn here, what you're going to want to do immediately is flip spawns. Because spawns, especially at the first 2 to 3, the first 2 hardpoints are everything. So usually what I do is I go this way. Sometimes I'll stop right here and take a little bit of a breather. Nobody really checks here if they're on the rock. Then I'll go down again. I'll swim all the way back corner. Back here. And kind of wait a second. You can peel the guy off top dome if you want to, but I'd probably wait so you don't give away where you are. Pop up right here. You're probably gonna have somebody around here somewhere. You can take those guys out, peel the guy off there, then you move back here and you flip the spawns and hold this for your team, because as you see, P2 is gonna be right here. So you're definitely gonna want somebody back here not only watching this, but also at the same time holding the spawn for your teammates, so that if they die off P2, you spawn right here, and it makes it really easy to keep re-breaking and holding P2 and getting as much time off the first 2 points as possible. You don't have to overextend to get point time on P1. P1's a tough one to really get consistent time on, so more than anything, it's just to make sure you flip the spawns, fight for any kind of scrap you can get off of one, and then after that, without overextending too much, and then after that just holding P2 for as long as possible. Then once you're getting towards the end of P2, you're going to want to rotate to P3, which is over there. You're going to want to, what I do is go through here. If you're also, I recommend if you're going to be the one rotating, usually if you're running with a squad, you're going to want to have somebody who's like the guy that rotates, or 1 or 2 guys that rotate. If you are one of those guys, run Deddy, because you're going to want to be able to run in silence behind people. You're going to want to come back here, hold the spawn for the next one, which is over there. You're going to want to come back here. You can go all the way back. This is technically out, but you have time to get right here. And then you hold spawns here for the next point, which is right there. And you can kind of, because you'll be spawning, you'll have your teammates spawn right here, so it'll make it easier for them to get to point, which is right over here. And you want to just hold this spawn, and then you can kind of set up and point how you want to. Have a thing there. You can have a guy up there. You can have a guy in window facing out, picking them up as they're running, which I like to do as well sometimes. You just sit right here and kind of don't let them come to point. But you can't over rotate into point and not have anybody behind, because then they'll start spawning back here and then it gets kind of messy. And now for the next rotation, again, I would say because this map is as big as it is, I probably start rotating with like 20 seconds or so if you can. Obviously it's a feel thing. If you feel like you need to be there longer, to hold point longer because you're getting broken too easily, then you can stay till there's like 10 seconds. But I would recommend on this map, especially because it is so big, rotate with about 20 seconds on the clock. You're gonna want to come down here. Some people like to come up here, some people like to come up right here. I go all the way. So you can also swim underneath, but I'm not going to do that. I like going all the way back here because you have a good heady right here that you can kind of snake if you want to. I'm not doing a good job of snaking it though. But yeah, you can come back here and kind of snake if you want to. And kind of peel them off here and then try to re-hold spawns or re-flip spawns back here for your teammates. And then the big power position on this point is going to be this rock right here. You're going to want someone up here who is just going to be watching point, kind of taking everybody out, doing what they need to do. And then, again, on the rotation, you're going to want to come through back here. On this map, especially, rotations, any hardpoint rotations are important, but on this map especially, rotations and spawns are everything. So you're going to want to rotate with enough time. You're going to want to make sure you get spawns. For here, what I like to do is, I don't actually come through here. I wrap all the way around. Because you're going to want to get spawns here. Where I like to sit, because you can hold spawns while simultaneously also being effective at watching point. Man, what's going on with the jumps? I go here, you come across, then you get up here on this rock, and you can watch the back of the point. You can actually look through the back door into point as well a little bit. You can watch all this and this and this while also holding and anchoring spawns for your team, so that if they get off that, they spawn right here and they go right back into point and have the advantage back in point again, and it makes it really hard for the other team to hold the point for any significant amount of time because you're spawning right next to it. They would be spawning, you would literally be spawning right here next to it, and they would be spawning out all the way out here and have to run across the map back over here. And then once you get rid of that point and you finish this point to the next point, all you have to do is just go right across here, and you're back to P1, and then you just rinse and repeat, hit it out, try to flip spawns again to get your team the advantage that way, back towards P2 again, just like we did at the start. Again, take a little break right here. I overdid it. Now I'm going to be in a vulnerable position, but ideally you don't want to be there. And then I can do the same thing. And you can change it up, pop up different places if you don't want to give away where you are every time, because they can start reading it. And then you pop up right here. Boom, boom. Flip spawns again. And there you go. Now on this map, ARs are really good. I like running the VAS basically regardless of the map. The only map I really run AR on is sometimes a CeeLo if you're playing Control or Search, and Bagra Search. I like to run it as well. But this map can be really good for you if you're in AR, because you can just post up and rip guys. I personally like the VAS. Those are the two guns though. I mean, you can run an AK. AK is pretty good, but to me it's the VAS, it's attack. Those are the two guns you're going to use. That's more of a general thing for ranked. And if you don't know that by now, I mean, I guess you could not know that by now, but I mean, it's been long enough into ranked that you should know those are the guns. But I guess it is a feel thing. If you have another gun you like more, or you think it has a better feel for you, you can run that as well. But yeah, this map especially is the spawns and rotations are extremely important, and the spawns are huge on this map because they're so big and you can spawn so far out. Spawns on this map are ginormous, so you're going to want to make sure that you control those, you have map control, and you get those rotates going early. Rotations are very important because if you can rotate early, you can get set up on point. Your guys who are rotating are gonna have to win some fights probably to make sure that they win the rotation and that they get in the hard point early. But once they are in the hard point, you gotta make sure that you set up so that once the other team comes, you are set up in your positions and you're ready to fight them off, and that makes it really hard for any team to break. Also, this is a good spot for this point. It's a little more vulnerable because there really isn't a head glitch you can kind of hide on. You're kind of in the open. You can kind of go here and kind of just hide on this rock, but yeah, so that you go up here, and then you get onto this rock. I don't think you can get up here, but you know, no, you can't. But so that's another good spot for this point that's right here. But yeah, that's Hardpoint on this map. It's not really super complicated. Once you kind of break it down, it's not really that complicated. Hydro, there's no more modes on this map. There are no more things to say about this map. I've gone through everything, I'm pretty sure. Oh, another very important thing before I go. Watch the water. People love swimming around this map. There are water routes everywhere. You got to make sure that you watch those carefully, or you will get killed from those water routes, and it'll be very hard to contain the other team if you consistently get picked off from the water. So make sure you're watching that, because everyone loves going to the water. I mean, I showed you off P1, I always go around the edge pretty much in the water. A lot of people do that, so you got to watch it. And for these points, people like to come up. For this point and for that point, people love to come up to the water right here, this little pool area, and come up here, or even through the outside and kind of wreak havoc through the water. So you got to really watch the water routes on this map. It's the only one that has that kind of uniqueness to it with the water, so you got to really watch those on this map. But yeah, other than that, that's it for Hydro. There's only Hardpoint. There's no other modes on this map. We're gonna go through every map and every mode on every map, so look forward to that. It's gonna be like a little mini series. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, make sure to drop a like, make sure to subscribe, hit that little notification bell. I post pretty much every single day. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.